Guys, today I'm going to talk about something that I have always wanted to talk about. I promised you guys a video on why you should never approach women at the workplace, especially if you are a norm, you are a sub 5. Um, Also, I would first discuss this stupid argument, baseless statement that people keep throwing around on the internet. They're like, bro, random men hitting on women is like a gay man hitting on a straight man. First of all, that is absolutely false. They have this subtle sort of virtue signal that they try to get through, that it's the propiquity and the proximity with a man that creates attraction. So if you ask out women in public that you are strangers to, you are not gonna get good results, right? You are not gonna get the attraction. It's like you cannot ever be attracted to a gay man if you are straight. So if it's a woman that doesn't know you for a long while, she cannot be attracted to you. That is what they are actually implying here. The difference right here is a gay man is you are not attracted to the gender, and these people are lying that they're not attracted to men who randomly approach them. Women often swipe right on men on dating apps that they know nothing about, attractive men. Women often respond well to cold approaches of attractive men. Women often approach attractive men themselves. It's not the approach, it's not the fact that she doesn't know you. She's not playing hard to get. Women are not hard to get, but most men, according to women, are hard to love. It's not the propiquity, and you have to please her and be around her to ensure that she likes you. And yeah, some people blatantly spread misinformation about it. And unfortunately, Mac and Murphy has been one of them. Mackin made a video that when couples have been friends like 6 months before they were official, it turns out the looks do not match. Now, of course, the looks do not match. This does not mean that the importance of looks in relationships dwindles like he claims later on. That if they get more information on you, the importance of looks declines. It's rather that if you are around them for 6 months and they know that you can suppress your feelings for 6 months and you have no other options, they know that they can use you as a man, and that is not true attraction. That is you being useful. So of course their looks do not match. A.J. Cousins actually did a research on this, and he discovered, and it was a pretty significant sample size, that women who had less attractive husbands and partners, even 2 years into relationships, they had negative reactions to their partner's mate guarding efforts. They had negative reactions to their partner in general, had more frequent thoughts of breaking up. So it's not the propiquity that creates the attraction. It's propiquity that tells a woman that you are stable and useful. And guys, there's tons of ways to go out there and get used by women, but trust and believe me, the only way to realize if women actually want you and wouldn't abuse you in relationships is if you fare well in cold approach and if you fare well in online dating. Yeah, sure, men's ratings do not matter, but there is science to it. There is science to it. And these people also don't want us, the same women also don't want us to tell you guys the truth, because that is anti-consumerist. People in general don't want to listen to the truth, that it's your looks that creates genuine attraction. And if you are a man who is actually attractive, then that would create no problem. And with gay men, again, there's a difference when these people assume that that straight men react violently if a gay man hits on them. This is quite literally just projection, because in their mind they're comparing the unattractive guys. They're telling you that it's because of a lack of propiquity, but in their mind they're actually picturing the unattractive guy. That's what it is, right? um, they are they're not picturing the chat that they would pursue themselves. They are lying to you through their teeth that you should, oh bro, don't cold approach them, don't just hit on them, first be friends with them. It's they're imagining the average guy they will never be attracted to, right? Um, um, also wait a moment, I've got so because they're picturing this unattractive guy, they think they think that because men are also not attracted to gay men, they would react the same way. Now here's the problem. That is a fundamentally futile way to look at it. The only thing that you can really compare it with is how do men react when unattractive women approach them, and the only thing that is comparable to how men react to when gay men approach them is how women react if lesbians approach them. Straight men actually don't have exaggerated responses if gay men approach them. It's not that. It genuinely is not that. You can see hundreds of answers on Reddit, and the men were generally flattered, and they felt like it was a compliment. And women kind of do the same thing with other women. So why do these women think that men act the same way when a gay man approaches them as they do when an unattractive man approaches them? That is something that's pure projection. That is just pure projection at this point of time. They are comparing the wrong things. Why don't they compare it with how men react when an unattractive woman approaches them, or a woman they don't find attractive? You know why? Because men, when they are approached by women they are not attracted to, those men would lower themselves to those women and fuck them, but women would never do the same thing. Tails perfectly points this out. Chad would lower himself down to your looks match, but Stacey is never gonna lower herself down to you. That is the difference, guys. So also, the average normie is taught that men have very high standards for physical attractiveness. Now this is half and half true, right? When gay men are rating men, they rate the average man 4 out of 10. So they still rate the average man below average, right? So if they are approaching you, they probably think that you are above 5. So they do approach above average men more so than they approach average men. And because because normies believe that men are extremely you know like centered around looks, if a gay man approaches you, that is because you're attractive, so they take it as a compliment. While for women, attention is nothing really special. They at this point know which men are attractive and which men are not attractive, and they are raised with dolls, they're raised with Barbies. So if an unattractive man, a man that they consider unattractive, approaches them, it feels like an insult. It's holding up a mirror. It's like telling them all of that grooming, all of that self-care that they do is not worth it. Even if it's a man who is actually on their level, they feel like they are being sold short. Women being approached by their looks match is quite literally offensive to them. They feel like they're ugly, and the unattractive guy thinks that he deserves her. That Twinkle Nancy bitch, she was talking about how, oh, men have no self-awareness, they always approach women outside of the league, because women think that they are outside of the league of their looks match. That is what it is. Also, women kind of feel a sort of sexual disgust when they think about even talking to unattractive men. There's research behind this again. So it is not the same thing with men. Men don't have as strong disgust receptors. Men won't even have disgust receptors Now also notice this. This only happens in straight people when the opposite gender that they want to fuck and that individual is less attractive. This disgust response only happens then. If a gay man approaches a straight man, this disgust response doesn't take place. When a lesbian approaches a straight woman, this disgust response doesn't take place. When an attractive woman approaches a man, most of the time that disgust response does not take place either. But whenever an average man approaches an average woman, almost every single time without exception, and there's data behind this, women experience a sort of disgust. So it is not the same thing. It is absolutely not the same thing. Now the thing is, you tell this truth to them and they'll be like, oh, but you are demotivating men. The beautiful is different according to different women. So where should men go? Where should men go if not hit on women in public? They should make friends with them in order to get used. So those women are not checking for whether or not they're actually attractive, but rather they are just checking out if the guy is willing to slave for them throughout their life. That's what they're checking. That's what you are advising men to look for. You are advising men to look for women who test them whether or not they're willing to slave away their lives for them. That is what you are asking men to do. And those men are supposed to slave away their life to make those women's lives comfortable, while the woman does nothing. Don't cold approach women. Apparently also don't go on dating apps which are, women don't go to the bar or go around in public to be approached by men. You should go on dating apps. Then people don't get matches on dating apps, and then they're told, you should not go on dating apps. You should approach women in real life. You should talk to them. What they are usually talking about is you cannot make your intentions clear from the beginning. If you make your intentions clear from the beginning, as an average guy, they're gonna feel disgusted by you. Only when they've seen that you are a good slave will they give you a chance as a backup option. That is the difference, guys. And also, let's carry on and move into why you should not approach women at the workplace given you are an average man. Women, if you are not very tall, they want men to make tens of thousands of dollars more. Only then are they considered equally attractive. This was a study by Dan Ariely in 2014. So only a select number of men, first of all, let's talk about it, who are very tall, who are in the top 5% of looks, are white or light skin, can make absolutely no money and get away with it, and have reasonable dating options. A 6'4" man who is in the top 5% of looks facially, height was also by far the biggest factor of income trade-off, who is in the top 5% of looks and is white or light skin, he can actually make zero money and actually get some in return from women than baseline income. And if you are 5'11", 6 feet tall, you have to make just about the average amount of money that the average person makes. If you are 5'10", it's about $16,000 more. If you are 5'8", you have to make $24,000 more. And if you are 5'8", you have to make a lot more money. You have to make like $100,000, nearly $100,000 more than average to be equally attractive. And even when you make all of that money, it's just going to make you a better tool. It's just going to make you a better tool. Women don't consider you as attractive, they just consider you a little bit more useful when you are making a lot of money. So if you are an average man who's like average height, 5'9", average looking, why would a woman who works the same job as you pick you? Like, make it make sense, guys. Be honest with yourself. You are not even a good tool for her. The guys that she plays, even the guys that she plays are better than you. why the fuck is she going to think of you as an option? And yeah, when women don't find you attractive or useful, their immediate response to your approaches is considering it harassment. I've shown those studies. I don't want any of you to ever approach women at work, because I know most of you guys are average looking. Simply don't do it. Simply don't do it. It's gonna cost you dearly. And of course, this is a part of knowing your place in life and acting accordingly. Yeah. So see you guys in the next one.